Hello, and welcome to the latest Lukozer retro game review video. And in the case of this one, you are welcome to it. This is Rambo, Rambo First Blood Part 2, to give it its somewhat pompous sounding full title, from Ocean. This came out in, I can't remember when it came out, 85, 86, somewhere around then I think. And it is the licensed game of the utterly diabolical Sylvester Stallone film. Now, you can't see a great deal at the moment because there's not really much to see on the old title screen. It's just going through all the high scores. But you are hearing the well, the high point of the game really. The soundtrack is fantastic, and that really is about the only thing that's fantastic about the game. Let's get a game underway and show you what I mean. Now, this whole business of entering your name before you start, very much in the guise of hypersports from the arcades. And okay, it was, you know, novel when you first played it. I'll leave you to figure out how that name will end. But from the second time you played the game onwards, you never bothered putting your name in, or at least nobody I knew did. So anyway, here we go. It's playing a bit like Commodore, except if you use, as I am, the quieter weapons, such as the bow and arrow or the knife, you don't get too many things coming along. But if you change your weapon to the explosive tip arrow, suddenly the explosions brings everyone crawling out of the woodwork. Novel, I guess, but you need to use the explosive tip bow and arrow in order to get into this complex here. So we're in. Now we're in. We may as well cause all the havoc we can and blast all the buildings and what have you. Here's our mate who we have to rescue. And for some reason it's not letting me. I know why. It's because I don't have the knife selected. Right, so that's cut him free. Now let's get the fuck out of here. Make our way up to the helicopter, assuming that it will let me get that far. Nice. There it is. And I've gone straight past it, trying to avoid the enemies. Right. Now, the helicopter on this particular stage runs out of fuel fucking quick, so we got to get down. There's also no point firing at the moment, so I will select the knife again. And you need that to free the other POWs in the camp, or what's left of the camp. So, off we go. I'll pick up the grenades for what it's worth. That's where the POWs are held, so they're now free. Now I can switch to the rocket launcher and do maximum carnage. Although not for very long, because I'm going straight back to the helicopter. Right, so now we're back in the helicopter and we have a gunship on course to try and catch up with us. And believe it or not, this is the last level of the game. So if I get through this level, which is by no means a guarantee because this is by far the hardest level of the game, I've completed the game. And what it does then is it loops round, and well, the only thing that is kept is the score. The difficulty doesn't go up, stays the same, but you lose all the weapons that you've picked up. There's the fucking gunship. Now you can shoot it. If you shoot it in the canopy, takes a hit and flies off, but trying to do so is bloody difficult, so you're actually better off trying to just avoid it, which I spectacularly failed to do there, and as a result I did absolutely shite on that level. So there you go, that's how to do it. So there you go, so Kun gets up to 51st. Right, now we'll, once the disk has finished accessing, we will start doing the review while playing. First thing, I fucking hate this gimmick of entering your name before you start, so piss off, I don't bother with it. Secondly, I think the graphics are a bit on the crappy side, to put it mildly. It's also very random. As you saw in my first go, it took literally seconds before all the enemy soldiers buggered off. Now it's taken a lot longer. Then there's your Sylvester Stallone sprite. He is as wide as he is tall. Now, either Sylvester Stallone is a serious short ass, and I was always led to believe he was a bit of a short ass actually, but yeah, either that or he's done a hell of a lot more bodybuilding than we thought. So I always thought that the Stallone sprite looked ridiculous. The next thing, this, when there's no dying scene or anything that's been programmed, as soon as your energy goes down, it just goes straight to that blank game over screen. So you don't actually see your, you don't actually get to, you know, the pleasure of watching Stallone croak it. Or if you're in the helicopter, you don't get the pleasure of seeing the helicopter blow up. No, it just goes straight to a black screen with game over written on the front. So it's been unbelievably sloppily done. So that's on top of how laughable it looks anyway. It's the way that Stallone moves as well as looking ridiculously wide or short. The way he walks just looks crap. Then there's some iffy collision detection there, which you saw. The explosive arrow went straight through the entrance to this thing, and so now we'll make our way to the helicopter. But I mean, the biggest flaw with the game is the fact that it is so ridiculously short. If you've not played the game before, and let's face it, anyone who's sort of around my age did play this game, because no matter how crap the game was, everybody knew and played Rambo. And you can see the energy is absolutely plummeting here. The energy now represents fuel when you're in the helicopter. So your energy gets reset quite often, and it really doesn't need to be, because the game is stupendously easy up until the last level, which again I'm virtually there. I mean, it's so easy to get back to the helicopter that you almost don't need to fire at all or avoid any of the shots. You can just walk there anyway. So now here we are again on the last level. Now back in the day, I didn't actually play this game very often, but I still managed to complete it roughly, I'd say roughly half the time I played it. In fact, what I used to do, I had some strange pokes that were printed in 64 magazine, and it turned the game into like some sort of musical jukebox thing, and pressing certain keys would play certain parts of music of the game, and that was all I really did with it. I didn't actually play the game. And the same with today. If you want to get the best out of this game, download the SID file and say bollocks to this game, because it's fucking bollocks of the highest order. Who the fuck came up with this load of shit? Graphically it is ridiculous, especially the Stallone sprite, who is as wide as he is tall. The game's ridiculously easy. You're given all these extra weapons, and yet essentially you only need two, a loud one and a quiet one. The loud ones go bang, the quiet ones just kill people, and that's it. So a lot of the extra weapons you get, like the grenades and the machine gun, you never use them. So what's the point of them being there? Yeah. So great music, shit at everything else is pretty much my summing up of this game, and I will score it 2 simply because it has great music. And yes, my recommendation is, if you want to enjoy this game at its best, download the SID file. So there you go, that's Rambo First Blood Part 2. What bollocks. And I paid full price for this back in the day. I paid $8.99 or whatever it was. Fucking hell. So there you go. So that's that one done. And we will see you at the next one.